My most important message, the new opportunity. Bitcoin is economic empowerment and inclusivity. This is the most important message of the day. Please take a few seconds to listen to this, to go through this, to read this. This is the difference between a global surveillance state going forward in your life, a government out of control globalist running your entire life, every decision you make, or having freedom. That's the long and the short of it. So please go through this. Please check this out. I implore you to please do your homework on this and to give yourself an opportunity. We cannot fight red and white, red and blue, left, right, up, down, doesn't matter. Democrat, Republican, that's not going to fix the system. As Jeff Booth says, we cannot fix our reality with the current system. It has to be a new operating system. The system is broken. Capitalism has been broken. The free markets have been broken 100 years ago with the Federal Reserve. We are in a creditism, consumerism model now, which is basically socialism path to communism, and government's running your entire life for you. The public-private partnerships, all the things we've heard. Government owns GM. Government owns these companies. They own Boeing. They're in bed with all these companies. This is why the narrative, every commercial you see, every single thing they do is all top-down. It's all driven 1930 style, like Germany did the same thing. This is the most important message. Please, please go through this. I beg of you. Again, of utmost concern. One of the things that concerns me the most, as I noted already, is that most human beings and citizens of the glorious planet we live on, most of it is inaccessible to the average person. This is massive, and this is why we're seeing so many problems now. Why is that? And we're going to get into it. It's the broken money. Mainstream, bought and sold media, corporate advertising campaigns, along with the unproductive class, lead you to believe that they are the woke gatekeepers of who is able to discern what is or is not important in this world. They lead you to believe that they are the judge, jury, and executioner of critical thought, empathy, and asset allocation, where your tax money, where your time and your energy is best spent. Politicians grandstand daily about the good they intend to do. Again, their actions never lead to what their intention said, ever. So why do we continually vote these people in? And why do we let this system continue to operate this way? And they take your wealth and redistribute it through the tax system and take it and give it to others they deem are in need. When in reality, they are the arson and the firefighter. As we have said over and over again in other posts and other blogs we've done, other videos, the fiat currency system is a vote-buying mechanism shrouded in a lack of transparency and benevolent intentions. They are the ones that have given us this broken monetary system with the central banking as the core tenet for hundreds of years. And again, please go back and watch some of our videos about the Communist Manifesto, going through point by point of the actual Communist Manifesto. Central banking is the core tenet, one of the core tenets of the 10 that they want. Take over the food, take over production, take over industry, take over the school system, take over central banking. This is what they want. This is what they have said for 100+ years they are going to do. It broke the money and detached it from its soundness, its value. They took money apart from gold, and you could use Bitcoin now, you could use gold, you could use these finite assets that give money its value. Money has zero value when you take the value from it. Now it just has a price that moves up and down, like we see now, the dollar price compared to the other prices of other currencies. They've given this broken monetary system. The unproductive class are the very people who use the politicians as their puppets to play out their agendas, corralling the sheep into herds so they can be exploited and used for the benefit of the few. And again, this current inflationary fiat system the world is running on cannot save the earth. So if you are for ESG, you're for climate, all these things, you cannot fix those problems. So you are barking up the wrong tree. You are going to go until you're blue in the face, until you run out of air. You will never fix the current system because, newsflash, the Davos types could care less about the planet. They're flying on their private jets, mind you, if no one's noticed, to all their events, to everything they do together to hobnob, live the life off of stealing your wealth, off of fees, off of inflation, off of everything, taking your wealth, inflating it away, which transfers the wealth from the poor middle class to the unproductive class. That is the fight of our lifetime. And then they go around and tell you and lie to your face and insult your intelligence and say, you don't know how to run your life. I'm going to run it for you. I'm going to tell you that climate change is a real thing, but then I'm going to go around and spew carbon into the air every single day of my life, 10,000 times more than any the average person could. Insanity. Have some respect for yourself. Literally have some respect and realize that that person at Davos is no better than you. And I would argue that they are less than you. We're all equal human beings, but they are acting beneath all the rest of us. They're lying to your face constantly, and they tell you, I will make the decisions Everything in life will be done through me. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Absolute insanity. And I have a complete disdain for that. Communism is capitalism. Is it? Is it said that communism and capitalism are just two sides of the same coin? I don't know if I totally agree, but I don't totally disagree. What is the one thing that is undergirding both of these systems, whether it be the government or the private citizens? Money. Sound money allows free market capitalism. Corrupted money, the fiat currencies now that are attached to nothing, allows for communism. Again, the argument can be made they're two sides of the same coin. Free markets work on one side with capitalism and the best of human intention, raising the standard of living for everybody, and then doing the most good, being charitable. The other side is dystopian. It's socialism leads to communism, leads to globalism, leads to tyranny. And that is it only is enabled when you have a corrupt currency or corrupt money. When you corrupt money, then you get socialism and communism, and the government has to step in or believes it wants to step in and do everything for you in your life. When money is broken, reality then detaches from human life. Reality gets suspended, and we start down this way of living on the hamster wheel daily, trying to make ends meet on an ever more elusive retirement or place where we can finally step off that hamster wheel. Because of the detachment of currency from sound money, we live in an inflationary monetary system that makes it literally impossible to help the climate or help people raise their standard of living and retire peacefully. And again, we have many videos about inflation. Please go check those out. Many videos about inflation and deflation. Make deflation great again. Why deflation and inflation? That's the biggest lie we've been told as well. They have corrupted the money. It's the biggest lie. As I believe as Henry Ford said, if people understood how the monetary system worked, there'd be revolution in the morning. If you get this one thing, this right here, if you understand this, then you get why we have so many problems. You get why the markets are crashing, things are being destroyed, the bond markets are going crazy because they have destroyed the money. This is decades and decades in the making. This is the problem. You fix the money, you fix the world. That's the mantra, one of the many mantras of Bitcoiners. Fix the money, fix the world. Bitcoin's properties are the only asset in the world that give us that ability to have a sound money that's uncensorable. We'll get into, again, the properties later as to why Bitcoin is the best. I was a gold guy before, and now I'm not, because I found something that beats even gold. Again, yes, you read that right. The detachment of this currency and this system from value, from actual value, when we detach it from gold, like Nixon did in 1971, we living in this inflationary monetary system. We've all been sold this lie. It needs to have inflation 2% a year, and we all just live with prices going up always, is a complete lie. In the climate, Earth, nothing can ever be fixed, ever. Zero chance. Zero chance. Listen to me again. Zero chance you can fix any of that in an inflationary monetary system, because the people running the world are the ones that steal all the wealth. They just want power, control, and money. That's all they want. That's the joke in all this. They're using the humans' good intentions. They're using it against you. They're saying they're going to do these things. And just give me your liberties. Just give me your privacy. Just give me your wealth, your money. Just give me everything, and I'll fix it all for you. That's like the devil taking Jesus to the top of the Temple Mount and saying, hey, look, I'll give this all. I'll give this all to you. And then Jesus says, what good is having the world when you've lost your soul? Right? At the end of the day, paraphrasing. That's the world we're in. The unproductive class telling you, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to just do everything for you. I'm going to fix all this. Just give me your soul. That's all it is. That's the fight we're in right now. It's the root of all evil. It's money, right? Also in the Bible. Because these people have used money because they are using it for an evil way. Money itself is nothing. It's just a tool. But they are using it in an evil way to extract power and control and liberties from everybody. That's the end goal. They could care less. The newsflash here is they do not care. There's not one of these people that cares a lick about the environment. It's all about power and control and money. And they use it through the broken money. They get power and control through using a broken money to do this. We fix the money, we fix the world. And again, the inflationary system we're in, the debt and credit-based system, it's literally impossible to advance forward and clean any of this up. As Jeff Booth says, we have to fix our reality onto the new system. That's it. The new operating system going forward, which is Bitcoin. Impossible to move forward and advance goals of economic freedom and empowerment, inclusivity, inequality, equal justice, and saving the planet from the current system. So we have to have the new system. And again, we talked about Jeff's quote here. We need a new path, a new operating system. Fortunately, the pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto gave us that new system in a white paper in 2008 and officially launched January 3rd, 2009. This is the new 1776. That is the new July 4th, 1776. The detachment from kings from a couple hundred years ago. Now we have rules without rulers. We keep getting more decentralized. Every about 250 years or so, we keep getting more and more decentralized. With the Magna Carta, We had these different things with the French Revolution, with the American Revolution. We kept getting detached, more and more freedom, more decentralization, more and more away from these rulers, these people that were lording over us. Now we have really the true freedom that humans are looking for, which is rules without rulers. This is the new Constitution, the Bitcoin white paper. Again, it's only 9 pages. Please go read it. There's some technical stuff in there, but overall, that is the new Constitution. Please go read that. Please go read the Constitution while we're at it as well, and the Declaration of Independence. We have our new opportunity. We have our way out of the unproductive classes system they have put it into hundreds of years ago with central banking. That game is over, and the fight to keep it, they will fight to keep every last shred of this intact. We are going to see, I guarantee we're going to see crazier and crazier and crazier things happen, crazier rules and regulations go into place. We're going to see false flags. We're going to see PSYOP campaigns. I guarantee it, because they will do everything they can to subvert the truth and to obfuscate the truth and to fake people out and to get people fighting each other, whether it's masks the last 2 years and fighting each other and yelling at each other and bickering at each other. They will do everything they can, because remember, at the end of the day, there are way more of us than there are them. So they know they have to keep us in the Coliseum fighting each other, constantly fighting each other, red and blue, put flags in your profile, do this, do that, fight, because they are the ones behind the scenes clipping the coins, melting them down, and destroying the money. You have to pick yourself up out of the Coliseum, look around, look behind you outside the Coliseum, and realize who is actually destroying things. We will see the central bank digital currencies, again, they're going to try to do these things to spy and coerce every single decision you make in your life in order for the few to rule the many. This is absolutely coming. This is where Bitcoin is designed for these things. So there's a trustless way to operate our money. Again, if someone is truly for equal justice and economic empowerment, Bitcoin is the only system that gives each human in the world that opportunity. The current system does not let the homeless man in San Francisco, the legacy system that is, or the young couple in Africa, or the people in Tahiti or Thailand. It doesn't let them build wealth. Does not do that. It's an inflationary system that cannot let them do that. So Bitcoin is that answer. It's a deflationary system. It's the opposite. If the current system isn't working, wouldn't you think, you know what, this is insanity, I'm going to go the other direction? Well, no, not if you follow the unproductive class, not if you follow the elites or academia. They're telling you, no, we need more. We need to print even more and destroy your wealth even more. Bitcoin is that deflationary monetary system we need. And the properties of Bitcoin contains, and what it contains, make it the most inclusive and empowering asset man has ever discovered. It blows the current inflationary monetary system out of the water. Not even close. Literally the opposite end of the spectrum. Equal access and opportunity for all, which is opposite of the legacy system we're in now. Bitcoin is for enemies. Bitcoin is for all. Bitcoin fixes this. There are just some of the mantra of Bitcoin. We mentioned one of them earlier, so there's a few more. If we want a higher standard of living and you want equal opportunity for every person on this planet, Bitcoin is the only asset and the only discovery that has ever given humans the ability to do such a thing. Because of Bitcoin's properties, the decentralization, the peer-to-peer nature, finite supply, the immutability, the unconfiscatability, the permissionless nature of it, the censorship resistance, what else could you ask for? These make it so that once you own even the smallest amount of Bitcoin, you never, ever have to worry about your wealth not being preserved in that system. And it grows over time, over the years, as more and more people enter the network, which is happening every day. We just hit, no one will tell you, with CNBC, no one's telling you, we just hit all-time high hash rate. There's miners, people getting hurt in this downturn, things like that, and the fiat price, but there's more hash rate than ever. The Lightning Network, layer 2, is building, has continually, every couple weeks, hitting new all-time highs, new nodes running. So the fundamentals have never been better. Literally never been better, but that's not talked about. All the fear, uncertainty, and doubt gets pushed. Oh, climate this, climate that. When the current system is what's actually destroying things. And Bitcoin is the one, they're putting it onto, there's huge, massive energy companies putting them onto flaring rigs and taking stranded energy or taking pollution and turning it into Bitcoin mining and turning it into monetary energy. No one's telling you this. The renewables that are being used to mine Bitcoin are the highest, one of the highest, if not the highest in the world of any class using renewable energy. No one is telling you this. No one. And if you just listen to the mainstream media, which is going to give you more of the same of what you always had in your life, which is just bickering, arguing, wondering how you're going to meet your bills at the end of the month, then yeah, you're not going to hear any of this because they don't want their power and control taken away from them. They will fight every last ounce they have to take that from you. And they're going to scare you to death in trying to get you to believe that Bitcoin is evil, that everything else is great, and Bitcoin is the one thing, these people are psychopaths, these people are crazy. That's because their system is crumbling around them and they know it. Again, the current system keeps people out of this system if they do not have a good credit score, if they do not have assets or no credit history, not to mention governments of the world continually printing their currencies, destroying the value of every unit held in someone's bank account. This in turn continually leads to more inflation, which means that life gets more and more expensive each year the average person. And again, this is so at a personal level, this is happening. It's called a debt spiral, and the economy. James Lavish, Greg Foss, Lawrence Lepard are great guys that talk about this all the time. We're in an economic downward doom loop, a death spiral, a death spiral. That there's some great writing about that. The United States is in that death spiral. All the countries of the world are in this currency death spiral, and people are in this death spiral. And Bitcoin is the way out. It's the way to say I'm out. I'm out of the system. You guys have fun going down to the Titanic. You guys can go. I'm over here in the life raft. Again, these are the choices ahead. The generation we are in now, our world war is here. It's Bitcoin versus globalized surveillance state. It's sound money, and the best money that's ever been invented and discovered, versus globalized surveillance state. You pick. We get to pick. That's the beauty of it. Do we want the central bank digital currency, or it's unlimited supply, more of the same, just more printing, more stealing of your wealth, centralized, opaque monetary policy at best? It's permissioned. Who gets to use it, who doesn't, the risk of seizure, privacy invasive. Obviously, this is the biggest one. They control every aspect of your life. You get a different inflation rate because your skin color is different. I mean, talk about equal justice. Talk about actually being equal. Enable censorship. I mean, it's just absolutely psychotic that would anyone even choose this. And they're going to tell you that it's so great, and they're already doing it, when it's literally the most intrusive and the most sickening thing I've ever seen in my life. Where at Bitcoin, it's a limited supply. Limited supply. Decentralized. Clear monetary policy. We know what it is for until 2140. We know what the monetary policy is. Open and permissionless. Anyone can use it. Again, the couple in Nigeria, the homeless man in San Francisco, the people in Russia, the people in Thailand, the pound sterling that's collapsing in UK. It doesn't matter. Everyone can say, I got a phone and internet connection. I can use Bitcoin. Don't worry. I'm good. Privacy consciousness, the layers being built on it. Censorship resistance. No one can reverse your transactions. No one can do anything. What's done is done. What more could you want? Fix the money, fix the world. Walk the talk. If you are for the climate, if you're for economic empowerment or equal opportunity or equal justice, if you're on the left end of the spectrum, the right end of the spectrum, or you're for sustainable energy or stabilizing grids or for the humans at all, and for the advancement of the earth and the human species in general, then I implore you to please do your research. Please. Please study Bitcoin like your life, your children's lives, and your grandchildren's lives depend on it. Because from everything I've witnessed, experienced for 2 decades studying politics, history, monetary history, investing, being a business owner, from everything I've seen, they all depend on this. They all depend on us getting this right and figuring this out, fixing the money, fixing the world, and everything flows downstream from there. Once you fix the foundation, my little one asked today, I'll leave you with this. What does it mean when God says, or Jesus says, you build your house on rock versus build your house on sand? This is what this means. It's building on a sound foundation. How do you build a business with a system that we currently have, or the CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, when you don't know the interest rate tomorrow? You don't know what the bond prices are going to be, so you don't know what interest rates are going to be. You don't know what the price is to lend money at. You don't know if you might be censored tomorrow. I don't know if I say the wrong thing on the internet, I might get taken down. My bank accounts might get seized. How in the world are you supposed to live like that? Does that sound right? Does that sound normal, equal? Does that sound fair? No, it's anything but that. So don't let these people gaslight you. Don't let the unproductive class gaslight you. Don't let these people tell you how to live. We tell them what to do. They work for us. That was this flag in the ground, July 4, 1776. They work for us. The governments work at the consent of the governed. That's it. I will leave you with that. Build your house, build your money on sound foundational principles, on rock. So that way life and humanity can build off a solid foundation, instead a life of CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, fiat currencies, government money, of quicksand. No, the people, like Thomas Jefferson wrote about, like our founding fathers wrote about, the issuance of money should be back in the hands of the people. That is Bitcoin, the people's money. It's time to do that. Stay strong. Thank you for listening to this. This is my most important message. This is why I do this. This is why I write. This is why I'm on Twitter. This is why I'm doing podcasts. This is why I'm interviewing other people and I'm getting interviewed. This is why we do our YouTube channel. This is why I do this. This article here, it's simple, straightforward to the point. It's easily digestible, but it is the most important thing. It's not fancy. This is it. If we don't get this fight right, nothing else matters. Please share. Please like and subscribe to this. Again, please, please, please share with someone who's on the fence, who doesn't, kind of getting it, almost gets it, please share this with them so they can then understand what's going on and the importance of what we're in right now, the world war that we're in. Please, I implore you to do your research and please share. If you don't like it, please let me know what you don't like so we can do better going forward and provide a better product for you going forward. And I appreciate your time. It's the most important asset we have, truly, 1A to Bitcoin's 1B, the two finite assets of this world. Appreciate it. Appreciate you spending that time with us, and we'll see you on the next one.